Thank you, Ms. Myra. And thank you, seniors, for being patient, and adults for being patient while we get used to this new technology. I have 2 minutes, so no worries. It's going to be short, and brief. But I just want to welcome you to Class Day, and also thank you for it's been a long road, right? So I want to thank you for digging in. I want to thank you for being good people, for being good friends to each other, being good students, being good citizens. This crew, I look around, the work that we've almost all done, has been digging in with our middle schools, showcasing their shops. So show of hands, how many of you, tour guide or a shop rep at some point in your high school career? Show of hands, get them up, be proud. Show of hands, get them up, be proud. Get them up. 60-70% of your senior class was involved. And then everybody here has been involved in one way or another in this building and making it amazing. And I'm just really proud of you. And you've made the opportunity to kind of come back to the Dean campus and celebrate you, a possibility. So we really want you to enjoy the next couple of days. And we're really proud of you. So a couple of you got a little bit of work to do. And the rest of you, just enjoy the next couple of days. Enjoy the next couple of days most especially. I'm going to pass the mic to our advisors, who are amazing, by the way, so you better be super, super loud for Ms. Rodriguez and Ms. Boulder, your senior class advisors.
Good morning, everyone. We did it. We were flexible. We got through this. It's kind of like this year has been really hard. So I'm Ms. Myra, co-advisor of the senior class of 2021.
And I'm Mrs. Bollier, guidance counselor here at Dean, and the other co-class advisor. How about now? Okay, thank you. All right, hello everyone. My name is Tatiana Villegas, and I am a Westfield State graduate intern who I also have the unique privilege of working daily alongside with these seniors, with Ms. Bollier and Ms. Myra in Homewood and in Swan.
So before we go on to share really amazing things about our seniors, which is why we're here, we want to thank everyone in this room and the families who we know are thinking about each and every one of you who did what they did to get you to this part. So a big applause to our families and our staff. It's been a huge team effort in organizing these senior activities and events, and we would be lost without, this class has been fortunate to have senior godmothers who have just been entrusting us with this class, working long hours, in whatever it takes for every single detail to make it beautiful. We especially want to thank Ms. Pacheco and Ms. Pagan. Shout out to you two. Thank you for entrusting us with this class and just being there every step of the way. We couldn't do it without you and all your talent, and thank you for the beautiful decorations for today. We want to also give a special shout out. I know he's probably teaching for the 10th grade class, but Nick Cream also stayed many hours, working hard with this crew. We also want to thank Ms. Bermudez for all her work with the yearbook and just her countless years of experience as an advisor. So thank you to these amazing, amazing women.
So now on to our amazing seniors. So the tradition, as advisors, the tradition holds that we are to bestow upon you a gift and wisdom to carry with you through your personal and professional journey ahead. If we can leave you with any piece of advice, we hope you take this small token as a reminder to you. You will each find a small box with a golden hawk on your tables.
So take a look. You should each have a box, seniors. Looks like a cap and gown. Open that box up. Open it up. We see you opening those boxes. Now, you might, looking at it, it's a hawk, right? And you know the hawk around these parts has a lot of history, and the hawk reemerged this year because many of you felt it was important to distinguish yourselves, our campus, and to celebrate the rich history of our campus. So in some cultures, they believe that the hawk represents strength, motivation, and focus. And so our hope for you is that, like a hawk, as you continue your personal journeys, that you don't stop moving forward, no matter the twists and turns that might come your way. We hope that you wear these pins with pride on your graduation day. Keep flying high, seniors, towards your dreams. Know that we will continue to be resources to you, and we are so extremely proud of you. Now, we are going to turn it back over to Mr. Gates to take us to the next segment of our ceremony.
All right, here we go. So in this segment, we will be honoring students for their academic achievements this year. Coming up is Miss Adrienne Field.
Steps are anatomy and physiology. We've been asked to present 2 awards today, one for our senior leader and one for the most improved anatomy class. So our senior leader, we have chosen an individual who has consistently shown hard work ethic. Even in these very challenging times, they have shown perseverance and maintained an A+ average the entire duration. They in addition had the highest average for the year in anatomy. I know that this person will continue to be very successful, even if they have to change their career path by 180, 360 degrees, this person will still be able to be successful. We are very proud and fortunate to teach this young man. Our senior leader goes awards to Mr. Marcus Tinisaka.
Come on up, get your award. Whoa, Marcus.
For most improved, we have chosen an individual who has beginning school year struggled with the full transition to virtual. With the help of outside and inside class support, this individual was able to find ways to achieve their goals. It was not easy, but I believe that they have picked up their valuable skills to take them into their next chapter. I know that Mr. Black is especially proud of you. He was very touched by your reflection that we did for the end of the year. We are very proud of you and your ability to finish very strong in class. So this past semester, our most improved award goes to Ms. Zariah Figueroa.
All right, the celebrations are a little awkward up here if you didn't notice. But we're going to stay away from air high fives and come up and feel free to have a moment of grand and up next, English Language Arts, Miss Katie Berger. Yeah, I've been at it twice.
All right, good morning, everyone. I will start with the Most Improved Award. All right, this student has come a long way this year and has really internalized her growth and commitment to herself, her graduating class, and the dean community. In honor of her peers, she reflected, "We all came together no matter what issues people had with each other and showed that we are a family before anything." And that's what makes the class of 2021 so special. As a part of the graduating class, this student deserves to be recognized because she has really worked her way up in ELA, becoming one of the most participatory seniors with nearly perfect attendance for semester 2. It has been my honor to witness her put the work in and recommit to her education. Yo Marie, I hope you always remember your strong finish as a journey of hope, perseverance, and determination. In her senior reflection, Yel Marie wrote, "When thinking about how I started the school year, I know a lot of people lost hope in me, but I know the switch I made does not only make those people proud, but it makes me proud of myself. And I've never really done that. I want people to know that change doesn't come instantly and it takes a lot of growth and time." That's right, Yel Marie, positive changes and positive work habits take time, growth, and commitment, and you have shown that hard work makes it all possible. Congratulations, Yel Marie. You have earned the Most Improved Award. For the student leader, I have known and taught the student for 3 years. This individual has consistently shown growth, both academically and personally. She is wise beyond her years, driven, always up to the challenge, and is laser focused on growth and improvement. In her senior reflection, she shared, "I've learned how to be mature, independent, responsible, and always make sure that my goals don't change. I stay motivated to make sure that I reach every single goal that I want to achieve in life." A leader by example, Glenda has high expectations for herself and models perseverance, accountability, and professionalism. Before we give a round of applause to Glenda, I will leave you with one last sentiment from her senior reflection. Working isn't easy, but in order to be what you want to be and to have whatever you want, you have to work hard for it like I did in my high school years. I worked extremely hard to be able to have my diploma, to be able to graduate, to be able to say that I did it. To gain those types of experiences is once in a lifetime. Times like these are ones that I will cherish the most with my family and friends. I have developed into a stronger woman, and I look forward to what the future has in store for me. Congratulations to Glenda and the class of 2021. Be the change you wish to see.
Just so you know, we're live streaming, so Glenda, when you see that, know that it was for you. Right, up next, we have Dr. Ryan Ambuter to finish up our English Language Arts Awards. Dr. Ambuter.
Hi everyone, congratulations. I'm going to start with Most Improved also because he's not here. But I see it as like a personal kind of challenge when I get to a class and a student is like, "I've never liked English, I'm not going to like your class, just so you know." So I definitely started the year this way with this student who was just like very clear with me that it wasn't his thing. And I kept saying, "That's okay, like we're going to get through it." And something happened like in the middle of the year and he just started writing. It was really cool and I'm really proud of him. So the Most Improved Award goes to Kevin Calderon. So somebody out there better text him and be like, hey, Ryan just gave you an award for being awesome. One of you could do that, thank you. All right, for the next award, when I was thinking about senior leader, I was thinking about more than grades. I was thinking about this funky remote year we've had and what it's like for a student to show up, screen on, to bring energy, to bring opinions, to engage in the class as best they can. And I don't know many seniors who've had an easy year. And this student certainly hasn't, but in speaking with Tomas Black, who co-teaches the class with me sometimes, it's just so clear that this student, like every time he's in the class, he uplifts it. So again, very easy for me to give the Student Leader Award to Damien.
All right. Up next, your favorite math teacher? Ooh, just kidding, Mr. William. Mr. Andre Bandiaki.
Good morning. I didn't prepare a speech, but I want to say to all students here that I thank you for welcoming me when I was my first year here coming in again. I was welcomed by academic staff, but most likely by students. We just showed you that Mr. Banjaki means something for us. They talked to me in the hallway. They talk to me in the cafeteria, they talk to me outside, at the mall, and everywhere. So I'm here to say thank you for making me a good teacher. Thank you for making me who I am. So I'm going to designate the most improved student award to Alia Butter. And for the award of senior leader to Ayana Cruz.
All right, yeah, go ahead, give it up. This is for you, Mr. Belanger, right? That was that applause. So up next, your real favorite math teacher, Mr. Jake Belanger.
Thank you. Well, congrats everyone. You got through this wild year. So I got 2 awards to present. The first person's not here, but that's all right. He's a leader, senior leader. When deciding this award, thinking back in problem stats, there are many of you that really deserve this award. And I know a lot of you are going to leave and become leaders in our community, leaders in our society. So it was really hard to choose just one of you. But this student consistently stepped up and stepped in. Zoom was a bit wild, but this gentleman really engaged consistently with me in the class. Oh, is that Kelvin? Yeah. Hey, give it up to Kelvin. There we go. So this student, which is not Kelvin, this student spoke up in the chat and via email and voiced concerns that were specific to problems that not a lot of you either wanted to or felt comfortable doing. So he spoke up not just for himself, but for others. And though his communication at times was so salty that the C would get jealous, right, Jesus? That was a little shout out to Jesus. I understand that the justification and reasons why he chose to be salty on those emails were really justified, and And technology, though, at times is really, really quite spectacular. A lot of times it just sucks. So this award goes out to Brian for speaking up, not just for himself, but for his classmates. So Brian, that one's for you. Next up, Most Improved Award. This student I've known since 9th grade at Holyoke High North. I used to tell stories about this next level 9th grader who, at the sound of the bell, the transition bell, would just get up, right out of his chair, and walk straight out of the classroom, while leaving not only his pen, notebook, and assignment on his desk, but he would also leave his backpack right on the floor, just take off into the next class. So that was wild to me, and this was a next level 9th grade, but today it's an entirely different story. Today this individual shows up every day, gets his work done, asks questions, works hard, and I believe he's going to be studying business administration at a local college when he's graduated. So this gentleman is Jesus. Jesus, come on up and grab his award, brother. Well done, man.
I know what happens with some of the glass. It's a little tips to be really careful. You can't use anything on that extra. And those are beautiful, by the way, right? So, and thank you for that quick cleanup back there. Appreciate those of you that jumped in. All right. So up next, I am going to introduce your vocational director, Ms. Lori Dennis. Come on into the desk. Coming back. For year 3 next year, by the way, just saying.
Good morning, everyone. You guys are so quiet today. I can't even believe this. So my name is Ms. Dennis, and I am the CBE director here at Dean. And I get the honor of introducing our vocational teachers so that they can show a little love to you all. First up, we have Mr. Cipriani from Auto Collision.
Okay, I might be a little nervous. I'm not very good at public speaking, for some of those who might know. I want to start off with saying, guys, it's been a tough year. It's been a challenging year, but it's been a pretty good year. And I'd like to take a minute to recognize, say a little something about each one of my students. So, to start with Hector Cora. Hector, if you guys didn't know it, I think after school he's going to start his own self-help group. It's going to be called Procrastinators Anonymous. But he's just been putting it off. No, Hector, please. In all seriousness, you're going to make it to the end of the line. You still got a little ways to go, but I know you're going to do it because in your heart, you are a good, strong, hard worker. Kenny. What can I say about Kenny that I haven't said with a couple naughty words first? Kenny, you've never been afraid to take risks with, sometimes, in fact, all the time, we make mistakes. This is how we learn. Considering all the mistakes you've made, you've probably learned more than everyone in this room. Every year, it seems that we all have one student who really stands out and makes huge gains and surprise me. It's not you, Kenny. It's Yel Marie. Yel Marie, through your entire career, I have fought for you, I have fought with you, and at the end of this year, it seems like you finally got it. I've always told you you were going to be a leader. I always told you you had great things ahead of you. maybe I didn't mean it then. I mean it now. You are an incredible young lady, and I hope that you stay as successful as you are right now, moving forward. My friend Juan Laris, he took a detour at the end. He's always been a great student. Juan, you are what I call the silent giant. You make me laugh with some of your subtle humor. You were always a good friend to me and the other students in the class. Never a challenge, always willing to help, always willing to do work. I appreciate knowing you. Janice, what we, in the business, we call somebody who is dependable and always there, always on time. You can always count on him. That's known as the Iron Man. You are the Iron Lady of Auto Collision this year. You've always been there on time, always in Zoom classes, always where you have to be. Tuti Tainali isn't here right now. Part of her final, she had to give an interview. And I said, well, name 3 words that describe yourselves. Describe yourself. She said, well, I'm not shy. It's like, hey, you know you're not shy. And let me have it and let me know it many times what you thought of me. And last, my friend Mark, who's not with us, but his spirit is with us. We had a ceremony last night for him where we said a few nice things. We planted a tree. But one thing I made mention of is Mark's spirit, how it's with us. And Mark was a thrill seeker. And the way I'm going to recognize his spirit now is every time I feel a lift in my stomach, like when you get in an elevator, the elevator starts to move, you get that little lift, and it's a momentary sensation. Or like if you're on a roller coaster, you get that initial drop, and that lift in your heart and your mind, where you're thrown off a little bit. That's Mark's spirit with us. And that's how I'm going to remember him. I hope you guys who knew him well remember him well. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Cipriani. Next up, we have carpentry with Mr. Bruce Shaver and Mr. Craig.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. I gotta say, 12th grade, this is the quietest I've seen you in probably like 4 years. Maybe nobody told you, but this is not a Zoom class. You guys can liven up a little bit, okay? So for the carpentry class of 2021, I have one student. This student came to us when we were doing like kind of a rebuilding of Dean. And like every one of you out there, you have helped us go from where we were when you guys started to the level that we are at now. And that is part to every single one of you, mentoring and teaching the kids coming in, showing them the right way to be. So besides honoring Rebecca, I want to honor all of you. This is a tough year to go through, so hands up. All right, so now to Rebecca. So Rebecca came in, like I said, when it was kind of a rebuilding year. She's never given me 1 ounce of a hard time. She's always there when we need her to. Always does what she's asked to do when she's asked to do it. So I appreciate you very much, Rebecca. So as just a show of like gratitude and a little bit of appreciation from us to you, we have the certificate from the carpentry program. We also have a little gift of kind of like a starter toolkit for you to continue your carpentry journey with throughout the rest of your life. So you can come right up and accept these gifts. So congratulations, Rebecca, you did it. Okay, certificate. Take this stuff with you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Bruce Shaver. Next up, we have cosmetology with Miss LaRue and Miss Lavelle.
Wow, guys, guys, it's been quite a year. I'd like to congratulate all of you from the class of 2021. Bravo, you did it. To my shop kids, you know how I feel about you. You'll always be part of the cosmetology family. I'm so proud of every one of you. I can't wait to watch you grow and make the world a better place. I know you all will. I love you all.
So guys, this is it, exciting. So to all of you guys, I just want to say the class of 2021, watching you guys grow and seeing how much you're capable of has only had me with one regret in that it just went by so fast. This is the longest year, but it went by so fast. And I wanted to congratulate all of you guys. Your determination, your perseverance during a global pandemic is truly remarkable. So congratulations to you guys. So I wrote a list, something about each one of the cosmetology students in the class of 2021, and I'll start in alphabetical order with Carlos, Mystica, and he loves to joke around. It's his greatest pleasure in life to make people laugh, but underneath that class clown exterior is a true heart of gold. He really cares about his friends. And Suhaili. Suhaili is sweet and conscientious and probably our best class skipper. I don't think she's here today either, but she's here in spirit right on the live stream. And I'm sorry. So she excelled tremendously this year, and she did great work, turned in all her work, and she excelled during this pandemic, which is unusual for most, but she did a great job. Melanie Castro is talented, soft-spoken. She is a true artist, and she is what cosmetology was meant to be, because she just mixes her art with her talent, and she's very, very determined, Zariah, sweet Zariah, talented and able. I've just watched her in amazement as she's grown from that shy 8th grader who used to come from Donahue into this confident young lady. And it's been my honor to watch you. And Jesus. Jesus. I guess maybe you wouldn't know how sweet he is, but we know how sweet he is, how smart he is, and how he's just always trying to do better. He's always trying to improve himself, always just trying to improve his game in everything. And Luis Torres, hardworking, and more importantly, he's just a kind and thoughtful person. He's a very good friend to his peers. He was one that just always wanted, it's like he couldn't teach him enough. He just always wanted to know more and wanted to know more and wanted to know more. You know, this career may not be what he chose, but imagine the career that he chooses how much he's going to be successful. And Aaliyah, she always has a way of saying things without hurting you, but still honest, still 100% honest. She used to leave these sweet little notes, and I still have them, and I'll keep them forever, Aaliyah. So, congratulations to you guys. We have some gifts if you want to come up and get them. Woo! I'm sorry if I'm blocking. So, Suhaili. Aaliyah.
Thank you, cosmetology. Next up, we have culinary arts with Steve Kantrowitz and Deb Ash.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. What a strange ride this has been. I give you guys a lot of credit. It's been a hard year, so finally at the end, congratulations. I'm going to try to read this. First, the lights are dim, and not only that, my glasses are fogging up. And I have some things to say about each and every one of you. First, I'd like to congratulate Brian Adorno Rosado. Brian, we are so proud of all your accomplishments in culinary. You grasped the theory. You're a superstar in the kitchen. We can't wait to see what the future holds for you. Best of luck, Brian. You will be successful in whatever you put your mind to. Next, Jesus Aviles Velez. See, I'm fogging up already. Jesus is going to tackle the dirty kitchen jobs now that you, who is going to tackle the dirty kitchen jobs now that you are on your way out of culinary? He loves to clean. It's been a struggle at times, but you have accomplished what you came here for, and we are so proud of you. The self-confidence you have gained is proof positive of your growth. Remember to work hard, stay focused, and you will reach any goal you want to achieve. Congratulations, Jesus. Glenda. What can we say about Glenda? Well, the first thing we can say is Evelyn, 2 peas in a pod. Glenda, it seems like yesterday that you came into our shop. You're a highly motivated and driven young woman. You have a desire to succeed, and for that, there is no question that your future is bright. We will miss you and your bestie chitter-chattering and your competition and sisterly love for one another. Congratulations, and continue to reach for the stars. Next, of course, Evelyn. Evelyn Feliciano. 2 peas in a pod, always competing and trying hard to stay on the top and compete with one another. The yin and the yang of the senior culinary class. Evelyn, you will do well in the future as you maneuver through life because you have drive, are not afraid of hard work, and you do not back down. Best wishes in your future endeavors. The world is at your fingertips. Next, Jocelyn. Where's Jocelyn? Hi, Jocelyn. Jocelyn, wow. It's finally here, graduation. You have matured and blossomed into an incredible young lady. We can remember the sassy adolescent that came into our shop as a freshman, and now you are graduating. It seems like a lifetime ago. When we look at you today, we see perseverance and determination, which both will translate well during your journey in the United States Navy. We are so proud of you. Lastly, Naisha Figueroa. Naisha, you're smart, polite, and motivated. Naisha, are you in here? Where are you? I saw you this morning. Yeah. You complete each task with a drive to succeed. You're determined to have a bright future, and for all those reasons, there is no question in our minds that you will change the world in the best way. Hopefully, we will see you every Monday to write the menu. Congratulations, Naisha.
Good afternoon, everybody. Everybody mentions how, we lost this year to COVID. For the senior class and everybody else, we lost the second half of your junior year also to some extent. So it has been a strange year. And when we decided on gifts for the seniors, we always had some little gifts that we always loved to give out. But when I was an apprentice in the kitchen in 1981, I mean, I'm sure many of you weren't born yet, but I had trouble with my chef. He knew I was new in the kitchen, we always battled, but when I decided to go on, stay in the profession, he presented me with a gift, and I thought he hated me, and he did hate me, we never got along, but he said, you proved something the last year that you deserve this gift, and I think the last year and a quarter has done the same for me and Chef Ash, that the gift we're going to present to you proves that you've earned it. And it's something, every time you see it, you're going to recognize the fact that you accomplished something that many people didn't. And it's just going to give you that confidence to move on and reach high. So I'm going to speak about a few of the students here. And as we mentioned during, I think, some of the awards earlier, 3 of our culinary students received awards in the academics. And yesterday was the wrestling match. 4 of our culinary students wrestled. So I just think it really proves that dean, we really form well-rounded students. And I'm always proud of the accomplishments with Chef Ash that you guys have outside of the kitchen. So to move on, Mr. Damien Grise. Damien, we give you credit. It's not easy coming to a new school in your high school years to fulfill your dreams, but you have done that. You came, you fit right in. You're an amazing addition to the class of 2021. We will always miss your puns, kind of, and your playfulness. Wishing you the best as you enter college in the fall of 2021. Congratulations. Miss Joyce Alicia. Joyce, you are fabuloso. A hard worker, a pleasant person, and you always stay the course. You value teamwork. You're willing to do whatever it takes to get the task done. We will miss your pleasant demeanor and your passion to work in the bake shop. We can't wait to see what the future holds as you embark on furthering your culinary education at ECC. Mr. Jean-Pierre Lamont. Jean-Pierre, we're beyond proud of your accomplishments and your path to the United States Marines as you graduate from D. You showed determination in your commitment to wrestling, and we saw how hard you worked to reach that goal weight as you would prepare for your wrestling matches, staying away from the pizza and all that stuff in the kitchen. You're a talented young chef, and we're willing to take risks. Best wishes to you and your future as you embark on the journey of a lifetime. Mr. Lemuel Rodriguez. Lemuel, you have grown and matured so much since you entered the team. You are open to tackling new experiences. You stay motivated to improve on your culinary practice. We're both so proud of your perseverance and motivation. We want to wish you the best as you go out to take on the world. Reach for the stars, Lemuel, and the future is yours. 2 remote students, Ms. Yasmin Rodriguez. She came to us late in the year. She has a passion. She's motivated and hardworking. She's already thinking of starting her own bake shop. These attributes spell success no matter which way you look at it. We hope you continue to pursue a future in baking and pastry. It's been a pleasure having you as a student. And lastly, Ms. Adriana Torres. Adriana came literally the day before shutdown. I think I've seen her once personally. But guess what? We did it. It has been a real difficult year as you entered the culinary shop, and we went into COVID just past that. We recognize your perseverance and know that it was not an easy test to get here. We wish you the best as you enter the next chapter of your life. Remember, you hold the key to your future. Stay focused, work hard towards your goals, and you shall reap the benefits. Congratulations.
Self-serve culinary.
Good morning, all. How you guys feeling today? Good morning. Awesome. So on behalf of the Dean Tech staff, we're very proud of the graduating class of 2021. Applause, please. Thank you. But in particular, me and Mr. K are very proud of the 4 graduating seniors from the electrical program. And these are Marcus, Kelvin, Kevin, and then Hunter. All right, very proud of you guys, and we hope that you have a good future coming up. So I'd like to compare your time with me and with Mr. Tay in the shop as a journey. And during that journey, we have had very special memories made. Some are bitter and some are sweet. Of course, these two clash together and they make up memories that will last a lifetime. So to put it plainly, I feel like a parent, and I'm sure that if I ask any one of my colleagues here, they feel the same way. We feel like parents to you guys. Why do I say that? Well, you guys came in to Dean Tech, 3 years ago, and you guys were 15 years old. You were younger, right? Young people. And then we get to see you guys change and evolve, become bigger, more mature, and set up goals for the future. And that makes me proud, and it makes me feel like a parent to you guys, and I hope that you guys can feel the same way towards me. So with that said, we want to meet Mr. K. Want to invite you guys. The doors are open. So you're gone today or sometime this week. So the doors are open for you guys to come back and ask for advice. We can be a friend to you guys. We can be a colleague. So we can help you through your journey in life, right? So please do so. It makes us very happy when you guys come back and say, hey, how you doing, mister? Even if you make a phone call or send a text. And then with that said, I have 4 certificates of appreciation. And I guess Mr. Tate will read the names off.
First off, I want to say congratulations to the class of 2021. As a whole, you guys have been very special to me coming in. You guys are all sophomore coming into your first year when you're fully in the dean and in your shop. I started here, and it's been an amazing journey for actually giving me the opportunity and a lot of the students here. I have a lot of special relationship with you guys, and just thank you for the opportunity. For the first person we're going to call, Marcus. Step southward. Kelvin, get it?
Get it, Kelvin.
Unfortunately, the other 2 couldn't make it today, and we'll be passing out their certificate. Those 2 are Hunter and Kevin.
So thank you guys, and good job. Keep it up, all right?
Thank you, Mr. Arroyo and Mr. Tay. Next up, we have health assisting with Dr. Bishop and Mr. Cameron Rivett.
Good afternoon. I got to tell you, I'm deeply proud of all of you. It doesn't mean as much as when you age and you look back at it. This will be an event that will be stored in your memory for a lifetime. You guys came up against incredible odds. A pandemic that happens once every 200 years. You rose to the occasion, you showed up, and you got the job done. So I'm deeply proud of you. I'm especially proud of the health assisting program. Our program is unique in that we have to go out into the world to deliver our services. All of the students in my class stepped up to the plate and delivered the goods. They were creative in logging in extra hours. We raced against the closure of the school, and they successfully all logged in their hours for the year. I think most of my seniors would say, or describe the year as the long and strange ride. But whatever obstacle was presented to them, they rose to the occasion. I'm very, very proud of all of them. So in that, I'm just going to go through my 5 students. I'm going to ask, well, before I move on with this, I think all of you realize that the program has been in transition and it really has accelerated. And I could not have gotten where I was this year without the help of Mr. Cameron Rivers. So I'd like him to come up as well. Oh, and they Luther. That's me. Okay, so a couple things. The first I'd like to acknowledge is Miss Diana Cruz. For those of you who know, for those of you who know Ayana, if you have an opinion, she'll let you know what it is. And she certainly let me know what my opinion was going to be. She is my most improved senior, maintaining a near straight A grade, and also was my first student to go and sit for the boards. Now at the time, all of the sites were closed except for one on Cape Cod. So she went 120 miles and successfully passed the academic component of the program. That's impressive. The award she got previously for leadership, I couldn't agree more. We came to a meeting of minds, and I said, you're going to deliver the goods this year, and she did. And so I want to give an acknowledgement to her mother, who was right there with me, pushing her along. Okay, number 2. Miss Ashante Ridley. You know her brother was here and has been here for the last year assisting. Ashante had, when we went into the nursing homes, the administrators would consistently say to me, that girl is professional. She dresses beautifully and the patients love her. She delivers great service. She also has successfully passed all sections of the CNA board, and she's a registered CNA. Oh, Julian Enrique Gutierrez Rodriguez. I should get an award just for saying that, huh? Leon met challenges this year, but always came to class with a smile and with an intent to bring joy to his patients. When he was out in clinical rounds, most of the older women requested him because he was such a flirt. So, good job, Leon. Mr. Luis Rodriguez, the ladies' man. Luis came to us late in the program. He did struggle academically, but I got to tell you, the minute he got out into clinical rounds, he was a shining star. Because he had the additional skills of knowing how to cut hair and do barber work, and he delivered all of his care to the men in the nursing homes, and they looked great. After a couple weeks, we'd get to the nursing home, and there'd be a lineup of 10 men in wheelchairs saying, I would like Louis, because he makes me look so good that all the women at the end of the hall are now flirting with me. So, Louis had a tough road. He changed careers halfway, and he delivered the goods. And so I've committed to him over the summer that whatever path he needs to take, I will help him. And if it's to stay in health assisting, we'll get him where he needs to be. The last student, unfortunately, is not here. Her name is Gloricel Acevedo. Gloricel had many obstacles that were presented to her this year, things that you just can't always avoid. She maintained a high academic standing and also worked 40-plus hours a week to help at home. She's graduating, I believe, with honors, and so I'm as well proud of her. Thank you. Finally, I would just like to say, this is my second year here, and it's a tough road. I'm in my mid-60s, so getting used to kids again was tough. But I really was embraced by a lot of my colleagues, and you guys are such a promise for the future. You should all be very proud of yourself. Thank you.
Oh, I would like for Mr. Rivers to say something.
Hi everybody, I'm Mr. Rivers, if you don't know me. Nice to meet you. But just talking about the kids, first off, congratulations to the class of 2021. I know most of you, if not all of you, and I think you are going to do a great job once you get out of here and start working in the community and society. It's going to be awesome. I'm glad to be around you for the last year plus. It's been a long road, but I really appreciate the kids in health assisting. It's my first year as a full-time teacher. I appreciate you being collaborative with me and being able to be respectful as someone that's only 4 or 5 years older than you, so I appreciate that. But I'm looking forward to everybody getting out of this school and doing what they need to do and following your career path that you want to. So congratulations, everybody.
Thank you, Dr. Bishop and Mr. Rivers. I just want to say Gloricel Acevedo, something that I want to share. Last year, in her junior year, she was the very first student to get her OSHA 10. She did it with a near perfect score, so she is our safety guru of this class. And next up, we have Programming and Web with NJ Riblis.
Hey everyone, so I only have one senior, and he, I believe, is so humble that he is not even here right now. I have a gift for him, so if any of you want to text him and tell him he better show up at graduation for that, you can do that. He's amazing. He's so quiet and shy, you might not have talked to him a lot, but he is so hardworking. Christopher Sorge is one of the best students I have ever had, especially here in Holyoke. He has really stood out as someone who is academically amazing, and he also has a beautiful eye for visual design. So I hope you have gotten a chance to know him in your time here at Dean, and I have a lot of congratulations for him.
Thank you, NJ. And now I'm going to turn this over to Teresa to announce scholarships and honors.
Hi everyone again. So I have the distinct pleasure of being able to announce some of the amazing things that our amazing seniors have done throughout the year and acknowledge some scholarships that they have received. If you all, when your name is announced, if you could stand up when I announce your name, that would be great. So the first scholarship that I would like to announce is the William H. Burns Memorial Scholarship, and that is awarded to Jesus Rosario. Congratulations. We would also like to acknowledge our John and Abigail Adams Scholarship Award winners. And if you guys could just stand when your name is announced, that would be great. Jasmine Rodriguez. Christopher Sorge. And Marcus Kanasaka.
The next two students we'd like to recognize are awarded the Sodexo Scholarship. So if we could please stand up. Luis Torres. And we also want to recognize Brian Adorno. Some other recognitions that we have are for the National Honor Society. So if you could please stand, Jasmine Rodriguez. And Marcus Tanasaka. We'd like to recognize one of our students who has signed for wrestling to attend New England College on scholarship, Moses Okendo. And also a student who has made their commitment to Elms College to be on the volleyball team, Louis Torres. And I'll turn this to Louis.
Okay. I have 2 awards going today from the Massachusetts Vocational Association. The Presidential Certificate of Merit for the Most Improved Student. One goes to Jesus Rosario. And the other to Neshalise Figueroa.
All right, we are going to turn it over to the honors and high honors recognitions. So students who receive these awards are students who achieved a 3.0 or higher throughout their entire academic career here at Dean. So quite an accomplishment. High honors received a 3.66 or higher. So I'm going to start with the honors, and if you would like to come up and actually we can just have you stand up, that would be, oh, no, I'm sorry, we have souls for you. My apologies. Okay, so honors, Brian Adorno, Ayana Cruz, Luis Torres, Loricel Acevedo, and Calvin Gaetan. Congratulations. Okay, moving on to the high honors. We would like to recognize and award high honors to Marcus Tanasaka, Jasmine Rodriguez, and Glendalise Colon. Congratulations. Ms. Dennis.
Thank you. And we have an award from the Massachusetts Association of Vocational Administrators. It's perhaps the most prestigious award that a vocational student can earn. And it is the Massachusetts Outstanding Vocational Technical Education Student of the Year. And this year, it goes to Marcus Tanasaka.
We'd also like to recognize our students that have been mentioned earlier that will be joining the armed forces. So our first student that will be joining the Navy is Jocelyn Michaela Klein. And also joining the Marine Corps will be Jean-Pierre Perez-Bon. So I will now turn it over to Mr. Gates to announce the Perseverance Award.
We got too many mics here. Thank you. Yeah, so Perseverance Award. I have the distinct honor of recognizing a member of the Dean Tech class of 2021 who has demonstrated grit, determination, perseverance. This individual has overcome not just the challenges related to being a student in a pandemic, but has also experienced many unique challenges through the course of their personal and high school career. our Dean Class of 2021 Perseverance Award goes to, can I get a drum roll? Can I have a drum roll? Damien Grice. Damien, come on down. Congratulations, Damien. Perseverance Award. Grise, that's what I said. Oh, the camera won't lie with me. All right, Grise. Damien Grise, still saying your name wrong, I apologize, but congratulations. You're welcome. Nice job yesterday. Speaking of what I did. All right, I'm going to pass the mic to Ms. Tatiana.
Now, as mentioned, this last year has proven that the Dean Class of 2021 has been truly resilient. Yet, despite the multitude of difficulties this class has faced, we want to take this time to specifically acknowledge 3 students in this class of 2021 who hold extra special roles.
Specifically, 3 members of your class of 2021 have held one of the most challenging roles that anyone can embark on, regardless of what period you are in your life. 2 of them are with us today, and 2 of them, while being students full-time at Dean, have been parents. These are 2 amazing women that have not only thrived as Dean students, but through their unwavering persistence and resourcefulness, we know that their 2 daughters will only follow in their footsteps. Join us, and please stand up when we say your names. Join us in acknowledging Aaliyah Vader and Melanie Castro Santiago.
Come up, Aaliyah. Yes, please come up and we'll hand you flowers.
We see you, we honor you. Thank you for being role models to your community, and thank you for being you. Thank you for being wonderful mothers. Turn it over to Mr. Gates to announce the sound of the bell.
All right, so I have the distinct honor and privilege to announce this year's class of 2021 valedictorian and salutatorian. The valedictorian, for those of you that are not aware, is the student with the highest GPA on the Dean campus, and the salutatorian is the student with the second highest GPA on the Dean campus. And I need a little help here with the sashes, so and these will be worn along with the boards for people who run graduation. So this year's salutatorian is Jasmine Rodriguez! Congrats! The suspense. And this year's valedictorian is, do you all know who it is? Congratulations. This year's valedictorian, amazing achievement for both of you. You will each have a speech to share at graduation, so you're going to want to get on that because it's Wednesday and graduation's on Friday. So you'll be sharing that speech. We look forward to it, and look forward to those speeches. Let us know you need any support with them. We have lots of people who like to help with speeches. So up next is going to be our one junior here. We have only one junior in the house today. And that junior is somebody who's been connected and dedicated to this building since she got here. She also is on the volleyball team, and that person's going to kind of kick us, not kick us off, but take us out, right? So that is Karina Gaston. Come on down, Karina. Giving a speech. It's all about the moments.
Well, hello everyone. My name is Karina, as you guys may know. And for those who don't know me, I am a junior here, well, in a few days a senior here at Dean Campus. I wanted to start off by having a moment of silence for those who we have lost during this journey. Okay. I was really nervous to do this because I don't really like goodbyes, but then I realized this isn't a goodbye for you guys. This is a welcoming to a brighter, beautiful future full of opportunities and happiness. Even though it was a hard year, you guys made it, and y'all should be proud. A few days ago, I was talking with my friends when I realized something. Life is nothing but moments. That argument you have with your friends is just a moment. The time you were up all night studying for a test is just a moment. The game you lost is just a moment. Every up and down, as well as everything in between, is just a moment in time. You may or may not remember these moments, but you will remember the people you spent it with and how you felt. All these moments, feelings, and people come together to form larger moments known as life. Appreciate the moments you've been given and the people you've been given to spend with. Because no matter how beautiful or tragic a moment is, it always ends. So hold on tighter, cry a little harder, laugh a little louder, forgive a little quicker, and love a whole lot deeper, because these are the moments you will remember when you grow old. This is what high school is about, moments. Moments that you will remember throughout life, because these moments, these memories, make you and help you become who you are today. This class has taught me a lot of things, and one of them is that friends are family, and we have to appreciate them and the people around us. Thank you, class of 2021. Not even the pandemic could stop y'all from getting here. Congratulations, you earned it, and I will see you all at graduation.
Nice job, thank you, Karina. All right, believe it or not, we're just about on time, and you still haven't eaten yet. But before we get you some food, I just want to thank all of our vocational teachers. It's been an amazing year, considering, right? We've been open for a long time, coming to school, working here on campus and remote from the very beginning. So let's give a huge round of applause for your vocational teachers. And both are tough, we all know that. And then, I don't know if we have any other academic folks, we have Ms. Pacheco and Ms. Pagan. So just, again, I just want to reiterate, for everything that you do and have done for every celebration ever on the Dean campus, we see you and appreciate you. And yeah, very lucky to have you on our campus. So thank you very much. That's all you. And our advisors, and Tatiana, right, as an intern this year, putting this program together, all the details, not missing any details, making sure that you know all the details. Counselors do not, they do not teach classes necessarily or run homerooms, right? Like that's not the norm, but yours did, right? And they did that to stay with you the entire year and make sure that you were all moved in. So one last round of applause for all three of our counselors and your senior advisors. All right, and district just showed up to live stream the event, but I guess we're going to live stream some eating of food. So with that said, just the senior class, you know, and a few of you that have really kind of gone above and beyond. So I'd be remiss if I didn't just mention, right, the hard work from our 4 ambassador leads, and if you can just stand, Ayana Cruz, And you can stay standing. Ayana Cruz, Luis Torres, Jasmine Rodriguez, not by choice, toward the end. All right, and who's our fourth one? Oh, Julian Gutierrez, you can forget him. Julian, stand up, give him a hand, and I'll tell you why in a minute. So these four, not because they did more than anybody else here, right? It's because they had to put up with me in crazy ways and forgetting things. And they're just four amazing people who carried all of your voice, including the president of your class, Marcus, who also has everybody's best interest. These four, they always thought about every one of you when it came to making decisions. So you had 5 really solid people between the 4 ambassador leads and your president who had a voice and made sure that like every one of you was represented in every decision and everything that you've done for the program. Everybody here, all right, everybody here, this is an open door even after you graduate, all right? And you can even buy an alumni shirt the day after you graduate. I'm just kidding. Yeah, alumni, you'll be alumni really quick. This door is going to be open to you to come back, whether you want to visit, check in with your teachers, come back and volunteer. You might be applying for jobs. Trust me when I tell you, like all these people that you met and you connected with, and all of us, we're going to be there for you. All right, you go, you get away, but we're going to be here for you. So when you come back, check in. If you ever need anything, check in. Get off and fly, right? You get out of the nest and you fly away, but you'll come back and just make sure you come back and check in. It was a dream of ours to watch dean students be really proud to walk back through the door after they left, and that was not always the case, right? Be really proud to hold their head up high and walk through the dean sign above. Maybe you guys can have a seat. And you're there, right? You're really proud of what the school's become. You're the last small class to leave. Every other class, you already know, I've said it too many times. But this place is taken off, and it's because of you. Therefore, the invitation is extended. I would not be surprised if many of you end up in the Holyoke Public School District at some point doing something, because you're all amazing. You sat here for over an hour. Very few of you got on your phone, or you were really shifty at getting on it. And yeah, you're professionals, and you're ready to go. And we got a couple days left together. With that said, the last thing I'm really gonna show you is this here was brought over by a gentleman the other day. And his name's Jim Rossmeisel. I said his name 5 times the wrong way while he was here. But the point of this isn't that, right? The point is, Jim had heard that we were looking to do a history project in one of our back rooms on the campus. And we were looking at, figuring out when this place got up and running, which we know, 1989, a couple years before, right? William J. Dean, some of you know the story, some of you don't. But this gentleman came in and he said, I got a picture from 1921. 1921, right? So 100 years ago, right? Because it's 2021. And it's a graduating class from Holyoke Vocational School. Go figure. Holyoke Vocational School. Now we got some more work to do on the research end to figure it out. But the point really is, like, this place is deep. The history is deep. I met somebody the other day from the Llama Bike Club who said, guess what? We have 3,000 members on our alumni memories page on Facebook. So those of you, once you graduate, 3,000, almost 3,000. Many of our staff know what I'm talking about. Like, the place, the history runs deep here, right? And once you're connected with those people, you're family, right? Your dean family, and the opportunities and the doors will open, right? Opportunities will, 3,000 people is a lot of people. And they're all over the world, whether it's another state or another country, Dubai or wherever you're going to go. So, you got the history runs deep. At some point, you'll have the opportunity to check this picture out. It's really interesting. All male, all white, right? So we know that some things have shifted, right? Yeah, they've shifted. But that's what it was like in 1921, correct? 1921 was that Holyoke Vocational School, now 2021. And I'd love to see this picture when it's finally up, and we'll make sure we get a picture of 2020 when we're right near it. Someone in the building on that wall. And that's it. I've talked way too long because I'm on the script, but I did just want to finish with, I absolutely speak on behalf of our entire staff when I tell you, you are all in our hearts. Mark Ian is in our hearts. I know you carry with you. We love you, and we care about you, and we want the best for you. So let's finish up these next couple of days, and thank you for everything that you've done for our entire team community. All right? And I believe we're going to eat. All right? Give yourselves one last round of applause. Start thinking about the big question. Which side does the passer start on? Is it the left or the right? Nobody knows the answer to that yet. And what are we doing for